This is Paul Levitt welcoming you to the video of the 1990 Buddy Ball. First, a few shots of the captains. We'll have Bill Bennett, Jay Hybert, Tony Ballesteri, and John Bennett. Starts at 8 in the morning, and here's a few shots of the players warming up. Veteran Jim Walsh. Jay Hybert there. There's John Bennett and Dan Fontaine. Mike Wilson. Ron Miller. B.J. Clark. And veteran Al Hummel. Mike Bennett, one of the quarterbacking stars of today's action, set a Buddy Ball record this year, rushing for 243 yards. Now we have the coin flip. The first game, referee Paul Levitt flips the coin. Jay Hybert and Tony Ballesteri in this 8 in the morning matchup. Here's the kickoff. Bruce Brown takes the kick, returns 28 yards. Doug Powell then finds Paul Tart for a good gain. Powell passes to another Powell for 18 yards. Doug to Dan Powell there. Powell then finds veteran Jim Bradley for another 7. And then a great TD catch by Paul Tart. Let's watch that again in slow motion. Tiptoes along the sideline past defender Mike Bennett. It's 6-0. But now Mike Bennett will run down the sideline for 29 yards. Mike Bennett finds Philando, but the half ends. Getting the ball back, Mike Bennett runs again for 26 yards. Lots of time to throw here. Mike Bennett goes for Chris Gio, 21 yards. Veteran Augie Flano catches a toss for 9. Jay Hybert catches one to the 1-yard line, 14-yard gain there. Mike Bennett flips to Jay Hybert for the tying touchdown at 6-6. Incomplete pass there by Mike Bennett. It's 6-6 with time running out. Driving down the field, but a bad hike keeps the tie score 6-6. With Hybert and Ballesteri's game ending in a 6-6 tie, we have the second game between Air Bennett and the Buddies. Walsh takes the kick return for 28 yards. Another catch by Walsh for 10 yards. This is a John Bennett to Walsh drive. All the time in the world, John Bennett looks for Walsh again. 17 yards past the befuddled defense. Walsh breaks open again past Irvin Cobbs, 21 yards. All the time in the world, and Jim Walsh breaks open for a 19-yard TD catch past defender Danny Fontaine. 6-0, the Cobbs discuss. What a great catch by Jim Walsh over the veteran defender Danny Fontaine. With a missed extra point, the score will stay 6-0, but it won't last very long. We've got a long Buddy Bowl touchdown play coming up. Bill Bennett back to pass, throws long. Scott Brown has beaten the defense for a touchdown. 15 catches for 293 yards on today's action for a 20-yard average. Near the end of the half, John Bennett finds Keith Horn, and then Jay Harvey for 11. From the 17-yard line, John Bennett's back to pass. Sees veteran Jim Walsh for the touchdown, despite the personal foul by Danny Fontaine, beaten twice now on touchdown catches. 12-6. Let's watch that late hit again. Jim Walsh having a career game. Billy Bennett gets the ball. Valentine for 21 yards there. Bill Bennett hits Scott Brown. Another 19. Scott Brown again for 9. From the 11, Urban Cobbs breaks open in the end zone. Touchdown, tied up at 12-all. The extra point, good to Fontaine, 13-12. Later in the action, Billy Bennett's intercepted by Jim Walsh, a 31-yard return. But they couldn't move the ball. It's 4th down now, and Glenn Hickey with a great sack on quarterback John Bennett. It'll be here a 3-yard TD to make the score 19-12. Scott Brown catches that one. Trying to get back into the game, down 7 points. John Bennett's long pass is intercepted by Danny Fontaine, making a great comeback in this game, a 53-yard return. Billy Bennett runs to the right, fakes, runs back to the right, has all the time in the world. Fontaine is open to the 1-yard line. And Billy Bennett runs around left-handed, but a good block there by Urban Cobbs. It's 25-12. Bill Bennett's team wins. It's a high-scoring contest. Next game of the day, we've got the Killers versus the Diehards. Regalot hits Dave Fisher there for 10 yards. Fisher catches another one from 20 more. And then veteran Regalot, who will complete 41 out of 64 passes today, looks and gets past defender Ron Miller. Peckham for the touchdown. Mike Peckham, 6-0. Getting the ball back, Regalot finds Randy Rubin for 13 yards. Tackle there by Bill Hamlin. Regalot finds Bud Black for another 14 yards. Moving down the field, Regalot checking out the secondary. Throws to Randy Rubin for 22 yards and the touchdown to make it 12-0. Regalot back to pass, a perfect conversion pass complete to Pete Deering for 2 points. It's 14-0. The Millers team comes back and Sammons gets past the defense, 68-yard TD. Jim Sammons, 14-6. The Diehards have to kick it, and it's a lousy 9-yard punt there by Mike Peckham. Miller now gets the ball. Could be a great comeback here by Miller's team. Throws complete. Mike Wilson for 19. Miller runs around left end here for 15 yards. Then Miller will find John Benedict for 6 yards and the TD. It's 14-12 at the half. It's a great comeback by Miller's team. Under pressure from Ron Miller, you see Brian Regalot throwing that interception that's by Mike Wilson for 12 yards and a touchdown to make the score 18-14. With a completion extra point there by Hamlin, it's 20-14, the Killers. And now Regalot comes back with 4 quick passes. It's a wild game here, trying to come back from a 6-point deficit. Peckham scores a TD there to tie it at 20-20. 40 points scored in this game, and now the extra point to try and break the tie. Bud Black has it, catches it, but unfortunately he's out of bounds. The game ends a 20-20 tie. Now one of the biggest routes in Buddy Bowl history, the Hoodlums versus the Buddies, and Mike Bennett runs for 22 yards. No receivers open, he runs again. Great fake on veteran Jay Harvey there. Goes for another 13 yards. Corky Ryan takes the pitch, number 36. He adds another 10 yards. Then Mike Bennett throws, and Gio has beaten the defense. John Bennett is beaten there by 5 yards. It's a touchdown, 6-0. Extra point there to Hybrid is good. It's an 8-0 lead. Bennett back to pass, but a great interception by Bill Miller. Uses a good block right there. Augie Philando on John Bennett. It's clear sailing down the sideline. 64 yards, 14-0. Here's a slow motion replay of that interception. Bill Miller makes a great grab. And there you can see the block right there. Good screen block on John Bennett. It's another touchdown. Gio makes the catch there on the extra point, 16-0. But veteran Jim Walsh won't give up and goes down the left sideline for a 29-yard kickoff return. And John Bennett here a look for one of his favorite receivers, veteran Jay Harvey. John Bennett runs down the right sideline for 14. Then looks in the corner of the end zone, but an interception by that man again, Bill Miller, the second interception of the game. Getting the ball back, they try and drive here on 4th down. But the pass is incomplete. Another TD here will make this final score 22-0 with the extra point, 23-0 final. Here's that final extra point that caps the scoring. Wide open in the end zone. Now we have Tony Ballesteri's team versus Pete Deering. Doug Powell. It's Dan Powell. Down the sideline, 28 yards. Rolling to his right, Doug Powell throws, but it's forced into a crowd there. Bud Black has it. Interception. Regalot, good pump fake there, finds Black again open past the defense. 28 yards. Regalot scrambles around, runs to his left, throws to his right. Pete Deering is there. 14 yards, get him closer. It's 1st and goal. Regalot rolling to his left, throws it into a crowd, and it's intercepted by Doug Powell. The first half ends 0-0. But this play will end the scoreless tie. A great pass from Doug Powell, and Paul Tart beats the defense for 68 yards and a touchdown. Watch this throw and catch. It's an advantage in the Buddy Bowl to have a good kicker, and Tony Ballesteri hits the 2 points. Conversion just over the crossbar there. 8-0. Regalot back to pass. Randy Rubin catches that one. Mike Peckham catches this one. Tackle there by Paul Tart, and they're 24 yards. Regalot outmaneuvers the rush. Bud Black is open. It's 8-6 now. Extra point is blocked by Ballesteri. Doug Powell then looks for veteran Jim Bradley, runs and makes a great fake right there. Fakes out 2 defenders so they can run out the clock. Ballesteri's team will win this game 8-6 in a defensive struggle. Now we have the Hoodlums versus the Killers, and Mike Bennett on the opening drive runs 27 yards. Then Mike Bennett will look one of his favorite receivers, Gio, for another 35 yards. Down to the 1-yard line, then Mike Bennett finds Gio for the touchdown. It's 6-0. Nearing the end of the half on that long drive. Gio is open again and runs toward the cameras, an 8-0 lead. Ron Miller finds Bill Hamlin for 12. And Ron Miller evades the rush and finds Mike Wilson for another 30 yards. Good catch there. Finding no one open, Miller's going to run the ball. Takes it for 17 yards there. Then from the 12-yard line, Miller will find Ralph Brown in the end zone for the score to make it 8-6, with the all-important extra point coming up. Miller throws in the end zone, but it's knocked away. Mike Bennett makes a deflection there. And here we have Mike Bennett with a 61-yard punt. Mike Wilson takes the ball for a 19-yard return for Miller's last gasp drive. Miller finds John Benedict for 15 yards. Miller going to find Jim Sammons for 14 more yards. Now with time running out, Hammond will throw the ball in the end zone. It looks like he's open, but it's not far enough. The ball is intercepted and underthrown. Game ends 8-6 in favor of the Hoodlums. Now we have Air Bennett versus Ballesteri's team, and Dan Powell takes a short kickoff return there. Doug Powell is intercepted by Danny Fontaine. Now a little fight here after, spice up the action between Paul Tart and Dan Fontaine. Bill Bennett runs to his left, sees Fontaine for 35 yards and a touchdown to make it 6-0. Here's one of the great catches of the 1990 Buddy Bowl. Doug Powell will look and find Tony Ballesteri for 35 yards. It's 6-6. Slow motion replay of Ballesteri's great catch in the end zone past defender Scott Brown. Ballesteri here completes the 8-point play with a successful extra point. Behind 8-6, Irvin Cobbs beats the defense and catches a 56-yard pass from Billy Bennett. Then Billy Bennett finds Scott Brown for 2 yards and touchdown to make the score 12-8. Doug Powell throws it, and the ball is dropped by Bruce Brown on 4th down. Billy Bennett then takes the hike, throws. Glenn Hickey is open, a great pass for 30 yards and a touchdown to make it 18-8. A repeat of that play shows how nicely that pass was thrown. Hickey takes the ball between two defenders for the touchdown. Doug Powell's team comes back, and they're driving, but a great defensive play. Scott Brown tips the ball away from receiver Paul Tart. Fourth and goal, a Bill Bennett run was stopped there by Jim Bradley. And then Ballantyne makes the interception off Doug Powell. Ahead 18-8, they're going to finish off the scoring here. Billy Bennett finds Cobbs in the end zone for a 24-8 final. Now we have Air Bennett versus Deering's Diehards. Billy Bennett finds Ballantyne for 7. Then Bennett finds Scott Brown for another 63 yards, adding to his total to the 3-yard line. A diving tackle there by Randy Rubin. Ballantyne gets open in the end zone here for a 3-yard touchdown play to make it 6-0. But the ensuing kickoff gives us one of the strangest plays in Buddy Bowl history. Randy Rubin takes the kick, laterals, Lee Hoff takes it. Just before he falls down, Deering takes it, laterals to Rubin, and it's clear sailing past Billy Bennett to the end zone, 6-6. Here we have that play again in slow motion. You see Randy Rubin picking up the ball and lateraling immediately to Lee Hoff. senior Danny Fontaine there. Runs to his left. Valentine there somehow misses the flag before he laterals it. Pete Deering takes the ball. Out of the corner of his eye, sees Randy Rubin across the middle of the field. A long lateral will get the ball to him. It's clear sailing down to the end zone, past the befuddled defense. Billy Bennett can't match Randy Rubin's speed. Regalot back to pass there, finds Bud Black for 24 yards. High score now. Regalot finds Pete Deering for 10 more. And then Regalot will break the tie. Lee Hoff catches the touchdown pass from the 3-yard line. It's 12-6 with the successful extra point to Pete Deering, makes it a 14-6 game. A center pass over Bill Bennett's head. But it's a pass to Fontaine and a lateral to Irvin Cobbs. Behind 14-6, Bill Bennett back to pass. But walk-on rusher Bill Kavanaugh makes the personal foul tackle. Quarterbacking now, Cobbs throws it, laterals to Valentine. Hickey is open for an 11-yard touchdown on a nice throw. 14-12. Now at the end of the game, we have a wild play. Mike Peckham takes the ball, laterals to Lee Hoff. Lee Hoff runs around, laterals to Randy Rubin. Rubin goes back to Lee Hoff. Ball is fumbled. Peckham picks it up, but Scott Brown makes a tackle to end the game. Now we have the Killers versus the Buddies in a record-setting performance by new Killer quarterback Bill Hamlin. He will pass for a record 256 yards in this game. Let's watch him in action. Mike Wilson takes his pass for 16 yards. Hamlin then throws for 10 yards to Sammons. We have a 51-yard touchdown play. Mike Wilson for the first touchdown, 6-0. Now the extra point, Hamlin looks in the end zone. Wilson is open. It's 8-0 with that successful extra point. And John Bennett looks to Keith Horn there for 13 yards. Veteran Mark Ring catches this pass for another 16. John Bennett finds Jim Walls. Great catch over defender Ralph Brown for a 3-yard TD pass. It's 8-6. Now Jim Walsh for the tying extra point is good. Hamlin back to throw. Sees Wilson for 29 yards. John Benedict gets in the receiving action. 18-yard play there. From the 14-yard line, Hamlin back to throw. B.J. Clark catches that TD pass. 14-8. Bruce Brown is open. Pass defender John Bennett for a 16-8 score. John Bennett then throws a 38-yard reception here by Kevin Nellis. What a great catch and throw here. Fortunately, they couldn't score after this great catch. We have a halftime. As the Killers are driving here, Bill Hamlin throws, but he's intercepted by John Bennett. Then John Bennett here will run for a 20-yard gain. TD reception for Jay Harvey, bouncing off 2 defenders for 33 yards to make the score 16-14. As you can see in slow motion, defender Ralph Brown makes a great play blocking the ball, but Bill Hamlin bounces the ball right back to Jay Harvey, who somehow recovers and catches the ball in the end zone for the score. Extra point here. But there's nobody open. John Bennett is sacked. And Brian Clark. Hamlin back to throw in a record-setting game. Sammons takes the ball for 28 yards. Ralph Brown is open past the secondary, gets the ball to the 1-yard line. And Hamlin finishes off the drive with a 1-yard run. It's 22-14. Capping off a 256-yard passing performance, Bill Hamlin boots the extra point with authority. 24-14 final score. Now we have the championship game of the 1990 Buddy Ball. Air Bennett versus Hybert's Hoodlums. Running star Mike Bennett returns the kick. That drive didn't go anywhere, so Bill Bennett takes the ball, and veteran Irvin Cobbs makes a good catch for 17 yards. Glenn Hickey with a great catch. Referee Jeff Eby says complete. It's a 4th down catch there for 15. And then Irvin Cobbs, 21 yards for the touchdown. 6-0. Going for 1 point here on the extra point. Billy Bennett looks for one of his favorite receivers, Glenn Hickey, and makes a fine catch. It's 7-0. Mike Bennett, with a lot of time, finds Corky Ryan for a good gain. Good fake there. Quarterback Mike Bennett takes the ball up the middle. 16-yard gain. Then Mike Bennett finds Augie Flandu, who fumbles it, but it's recovered by Gio near the goal line. And then Mike Bennett will find Jay Hybert for the touchdown to make the score 7-6. Behind by 1 point, they decide to go for 2 on the extra point. Bill Mueller makes the catch. It's 8-7 now. Halftime, Billy Bennett now is back to pass here in the second half. It was a long one and a great catch by that man Hickey again. 43-yard gain. Let's watch that catch again. Billy Bennett finds Ballantyne for a 7-yard gain. Randy Rubin catches the ball for a touchdown here on a 25-yard gain. Score 13-8. Billy Bennett will then run the ball in the corner of the end zone. 2-point extra point is good. It's 15-8. Getting the ball back, Mike Bennett runs it. Good fake here for a 16-yard gain. Then Bennett will see Jay Hybert for a 22-yard advance. Corky Ryan runs the ball. Good blocking for another 11 yards. Then Ryan runs the same play again. More good blocking for a 3-yard TD. It's 15-14 and now the all-important extra point. It's no good. Gio drops it. It's 15-14. Onside kick. Recovered by Bill Bennett. Not happy with a 1-point lead. Scott Brown catches his short pass. Good blocks by Cobbs and Rubens. Takes the ball 30 yards down the field. Billy Bennett finds Scott Brown in the end zone. 9-yard touchdown pass on 4th down. It's 21-14 and now a last gasp drive by Mike Bennett. Off Augie Flandu's fingertips. Mike Bennett will run here for 18 yards on this last drive and fakes out Bill Bennett. first down, a good rush. Second down now, Mike Bennett throws long, way overthrown. Third down with time running out, Mike Bennett heaves a long one. Good defense there. Now the fourth down play. This will decide the 1990 Buddy Bowl championship. The ball is overthrown. All they have to do now is run out the clock. Billy Bennett runs, downs the ball, and they don't have to run another play. The game is over. Air Bennett wins the 1990 Buddy Bowl. Billy Bennett was the passing leader on the team with 45 completions and 73 attempts for 728 yards and a record 11 touchdowns. Scott Brown was a leading receiver, 15 catches for 293 yards. Danny Fontaine had 4 interceptions for 70 yards. And the leading tackler was Scott Brown with an amazing 19 tackles total. It was surely a team effort for the 1990 Buddy Bowl champions, Air Bennett, led there by captain and veteran Bill Bennett.